Mercedes-AMG Interview Lounge.
Well, how long ago was it when To All the Boys I've Loved Before came out?
That came out, I guess, like a little less than a year. Yeah.
It really had a deep, deep impact on our show. Our listeners loved it. Everyone on the show loved it. By the way, you're listening to the voice of Lana Condor.
Hi.
Hello. I
course.
can't stop staring at how beautiful your skin is.
Oh, thank you.
It's perfect.
Water.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, really, this is supposed to be an interview about a blockbuster film that's
I know,
coming out.
but look how beautiful her skin is.
Okay, let's start out being as shallow as possible.
Okay, good.
So it's Fashion Week in New York,
Yeah.
and this is Lana's first Fashion Week.
Yes.
And so the internet is abuzz about her bangs. Let's get that out of the way.
They were fake.
Yeah.
But
I love the fact that you can do that now.
Oh, yeah.
No, wait, back up the truck.
Clip-ins.
You can do fake bangs.
Yes, and you can do fake color.
Yeah.
How about this
everything.
bald spot I have back here? Can I do like a fake?
Yeah, we'll just cover it. A little fake bang.
So, okay, now that her skin is clear.
I'm sorry.
Her bangs are fake.
Not at all. Well, no, but when To All the Boys I've Loved Before came out, I mean, it resonated just heavily with our audience, and for good reason. It was just a fantastic film.
Thank you.
But now, Alita,
Yes.
Battle Angel,
Yes.
is out this Thursday.
Yes, and it's amazing. It is truly the most epic movie I've seen in a very long time. It has changed, like, the CGI, the special effects, all the action sequences. It's phenomenal. It's going to put a lot of blockbusters to shame.
Oh,
I gotta say, it's really, really good.
That's so cool.
which
Yeah.
ones in particular?
Name some names.
Okay, Lana, look, how many films have you been in, or major release films?
I'm not sure. I guess like 6 or 7.
Out of all of them, I'm assuming this is the biggest budget film you've been in. I mean, I've heard this is like, they spent a lot of money on this film.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how much money they spent on it, but I did X-Men a long time ago.
Oh, that was a pretty big film.
But I know that, like, oh wow, Alita is so good, and like, oh, the special effects. It's truly like the only thing I think that rivals to it is Avatar, naturally, because it's James Cameron, right? So it's the same, each other's babies, but it's so good.
So James Cameron wanted to do Alita Battle Angel for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And he kept having to put it on the back burner because he had other things to do. But he didn't want to do it until he could fully commit to it.
And do it right.
So James Cameron, with a checking account worth billions of dollars, wrote some big checks. And of course, Lana Condor is a part of it. Like I said, it's out this Thursday. Now, you're saying it's a great digital effects.
Yeah.
But as an actress, you don't really know they're there when you're acting, do you? I mean, they say, okay, behind you there's going to be an explosion. Just pretend there's an explosion.
Right, yeah, you just do your job and you act. And you just pretend. But yeah, on this specific film, there's a lot of mocap and a lot of weta work.
Okay, what's a mocap?
It's basically, so like Alita, she will wear all gray with like black dots all over her face,
Right.
and then they digitalize it in post with Weta, which is the company that does it. Yeah.
This is so beyond anything.
Yeah. It's so crazy. And then like
we're just not figuring out Cardi B.
I know, right? And it's such an amazing technical experience as well, shooting Alita, because like Alita would Rosa Salazar, she had like a camera in front of her face, so when you act with her, you can see her eyes, but the rest of her face is covered because there's an individual, almost like a very high tech GoPro like right in front of her face.
Okay, look, as an actor, let's say, Lana, they have you, okay, you're in a rowboat in Central Park. So you know what's around you. There's birds flying, there's kids playing, and you're rowing a boat, you're there, but so it's easy to kind of figure out where you are in the scene.
Yeah.
When you're doing mocap, and you're just kind of told, you really have to go inside your mind.
Right.
And you have to create through your imagination.
Create the world, yeah.
Now, so is that what you did as a little kid? Is that why you were acting? Because you just always had this great imagination brewing?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the greatest thing about my job is I get to just play all day long. So yeah, it's literally like, I think I'm a professional child. I'm like 12 years old inside, and I always get to play. And particularly on Alita, you just make up this world. And when I've actually screened Alita, I didn't know what to expect because a lot of it was green screened, a lot of it is CGI. And so when I actually got to screen it, a couple of weeks ago, I was like, wow, this is the world that like is even bigger than what was in my head. So
isn't it amazing what they can do.
Wow.
And so, by the way, when you go back to when you're watching this video of our interview with Lana Condor, we have a little of that going on. You'll see me with a Mercedes logo behind me. Whoa!
Wow!
How'd they do that?
Look at that.
But there's more to being an actor in a great film with a great crew and great colleagues.
Oh, yeah.
There's also messages that are given, for instance, to all the boys I've loved before. But now with Alita, Battle Angel, I mean, this is definitely female empowerment.
Oh, definitely.
You're out on the field and you're kicking ass.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think that it's so inspiring because they have made Alita this just ultimate universal female character that we can all look up to, and she has the heart and the mind of an inquisitive child, but the ferocity and fierceness of a true warrior, which is really cool. And so, like, as a woman, just watching it, taking myself out of the movie, just watching it, I was just so inspired, and I wanted to be just like her. And so that's a really great message. And then it's a great message because she fights because she wants to take care of the people that she loves.
Right.
And that's so important, right? So
now, who is she fighting?
Like
who does she have beef with?
a lot of like cyborgs and everything. We have that in our movie. It's quite epic. Yeah.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
No,
I know, but
I'm trying to.
But you know what? Actually, it's funny because we don't live like we think when you see the film, it's a lot of cyborgs and everything. But right now we have a lot of like our phones. We're halfway there. We have a lot of artificial intelligence in our life, anyways, right?
Sure, but like when you're working with cyborgs, do they give you a picture of this is what the cyborg looks like so that you can picture it in your head, or is it just like shoot? That's in your brain?
Yeah.
Hate this thing.
Yeah.
No, like they'll have sketches. Like
Okay.
Robert Rodriguez would have sketches and kind of map out the characters, so you know what they kind of look like. But I guess you are always kind of a little surprised when you see it on screen.
See Froggy up there? He's in our Miami studio. He's our cyborg.
Exactly. It's not that different.
We imagine just kicking his ass. So I mean, I'm assuming there's a lot of physical work in this film.
Yeah. So the physical work I had to do. My character plays this sport called motorball, which is basically like rollerblading on like electronic rollerblades, and it's really aggressive. And I suck at it. Like they put me in training, like rollerblade training for like 2 weeks prior to like going to production. Just
plain
like learning
rollerblades.
Yeah, plain rollerblades, like learning how to like start and stop. And I'm so bad at it. So the day that we actually went to camera and that we had to start shooting these motorball scenes, I put on the rollerblades and they're like, okay, Lana, let's see what you got. And I get out in front of everyone, in front of the cameras and all the producers, and I like rollerblade for maybe 5 feet, and they're like, "Stop, Lana! It looks like you're gonna break your face. Take them off right now." I was like, "Yeah."
Lana, it really needs to be believable.
Yeah,
so
I know. They're like, "Lana, you're really, it's not working."
we could try again. But thank goodness they have a way of making you look great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rollerball.
Oh yeah, and we
motorball,
and we had amazing professional rollerbladers come in to stunt double us as well, which was very helpful for me because I was like, I can't move. So yeah.
By the way, turning us on now, this is Lana Condor. Of course, Alita Battle Angel is out this Thursday. I want to talk about what you do for a living.
Yeah.
All right. You do paint a picture of it. Oh, it's so much fun because we get to use our imagination. We live in a world of play-like every day. And take us to a world where you worked on this film for how long?
I think I worked on it for about a month.
About a month. Okay,
Yeah.
a month. Okay, 30 days.
Yeah.
Talk to us about what it's like to work in intense on a set or wherever with all these people every day. You see them every day. It's a month. You become a family. You work together. You really rely on each other and trust each other, believe in each other. And then it's done.
Yeah.
And then
that's true.
and you know what? Because these people, I've worked with Danielle for 23 years. And Gandhi, not quite as long, but a lot of us have been together. We know we're going to come to work tomorrow and have this great synergy with each other. But now you're off to another office. You're off to another job. And what's that like, living that life as an actor?
It is kind of interesting. I mean, I was very lucky on Alita because I had some some peers, so people my age, and then just like living legends like Christoph Waltz and stuff, and those people who are amazing, and Mahershala. But I was surrounding myself with like my peers, like Kian and George are my friends in the movie. But you basically, it's like actor college. Like you live in the same, you live in the same apartment building. Like your next door neighbors were with each other 24/7, and then all of a sudden when you leave and you go on to your next show, like for me, it's like. The best way I can explain it is television is like a long-term relationship, and movies it's like a spring fling.
Right.
And when you leave, like you just go on and you live your life, and you'll see each other and text or see each other at events or whatnot. But then when we come back together, like promoting Elita, and when we all saw each other again after like 2.5 years, and all of our careers have changed drastically, we're still the same people, which was really cool to see on this show specifically. But
wow.
Yeah. It is fun, yeah.
I feel like the fans probably have a big problem with letting that go because they want you to be with the person that you're with in a certain movie, right? So you already encountered that when people were hate tweeting your boyfriend.
Right, yeah. Right. So I think everyone really wanted because of To All the Boys I Loved Before.
Noah?
Yeah.
Oh, you should leave your boyfriend for him.
Elvis was one of the tweeters.
He really is kind of hot. I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's interesting, that situation, because I think sometimes fans think that you're the character.
Well, you did a good job selling it.
And then in your head, you're like, well, if they think that, then that must have meant that I sold it pretty well. But,
so it's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that, knock
I
you
know,
off your
but
boyfriend.
then I'm like, I tell my boyfriend all the time, I'm like, don't read the comments.
I know, reading the comments, you do, and sometimes, the people say nasty things. You're like, I can't believe I live in a world where people say these things.
But also, we see Noah in this light, like, oh, he's so cute, he's so whatever, and you've worked so close with them. Like, you see all the dirty stuff that goes on, like, the nasty, like, if he picks his nose and his, like, scratches his butt and stuff like that.
Oh, that's even hotter. Anyway, but I've got to ask you this, because several friends of mine who are actors, and we've had this conversation, like, with every project they've done, even those who have been around a long time, they feel like they learned something new from that director, from that script.
Yeah.
So walking away from Alita Battle Angel, which is out Thursday, plug. Look back and think about it. Have you actually thought about what it is that moved you forward or up in your craft from this film? Like, what did you get from this?
Just to be courageous, because when I did this, I was just starting out in my career, and I was really scared, like on that set, because I'm surrounded by legends and Robert Rodriguez and James Cameron. Like, I was really scared, so I was really quiet, and I didn't even want to go into Video Village because I didn't want to make any waves or disrupt anyone, and I just wanted to do my job. And then I realized Robert was so trusting, and he was like, Lana, you got this job for a reason, like own it. And from that experience, I took out that, if I do get cast in a job, I'm supposed to be there, and so to be courageous and to make bold choices, because there's, what is it, Jessica Chastain says, there's no room for fear on the stage or something like that. It's kind of what and so, but yeah, I was so scared, but the set made me feel so comfortable, and now I feel so much more confident going to different jobs.
You know what? And actually, in order to succeed with that mode of thought, it has to be you telling yourself, I deserve this.
Yeah.
I deserve it.
Yeah.
For whatever number of reasons.
Yeah.
I've done something to deserve this role.
Yeah.
With this high quality of production.
Yeah. Sometimes it's so hard to believe, though.
Well, no, but at the same time, it's always good to have that fear. And I've always said on this show, there's such a thin line between fear and excitement.
Yeah.
And sometimes we get the two confused.
Yeah.
But I think that's good.
Yeah.
That's that launch,
Yeah, that's what someone was telling me. If you don't get nervous before something that you do, it means that maybe you've lost your interest in your job. But I get nervous, even speaking here, because I'm just excited.
Well, I'll tell you, she was biting her nails down the hall. It's a beautiful job they did on your nails. You're just ruining them. Well, look, I think it's a takeaway for all of us. And no matter what project you do at work or school or movie you're in or radio show you're trying to do successfully, you walk out that door every day and think, okay, what did I learn today? Don't let this just be another day at the office.
Yeah.
Here's what I learned today. I learned this from this director. I learned this from this script and how it affected me. And I love that you can stay in touch with that. I kind of wonder sometimes, artists being musicians, we interview a lot of musicians here, or actors, like at what point do they sometimes forget about that connection you need to make with yourself when you do these things? It's more than just a paycheck.
Yeah, I think it just depends on the person, right? And also the people that you surround yourself with, because I've been very blessed to have great friends and family that always keep me like really grounded and keep me remembering all of the blessings that I get in my life. But I think I've seen some of my peers kind of like, they forget that we live a very fortunate life to be able to do this, right? To be able to entertain and to be able to do New York Fashion Week and stuff like that. And I see sometimes I see girls at New York Fashion Week that are like tired and they're sleepy, and I'm like, but you're here at New York Fashion Week. This is what everyone wants to do. Like,
wake it up.
Remember, this is amazing. But I think it really has to do with your friends and your family.
Surrounding yourself
with good people.
Eliminate the a-holes.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I also don't party. I went out like the other day for the first time in forever, and it was like 10 o'clock, and I was like, I want to go to bed. I was like staring at everyone in the club like,
there's nothing wrong with that.
That's why your skin's so beautiful. You get lots of sleep and you drink
that.
lots of water.
there you
You're
go.
sleeping.
Danielle's really loving this.
Hey, so so this Thursday, Alita Battle Angel is out. Without spoiling anything, what is it you can say that makes me insist on being there opening night or this weekend? What is it we're going to experience on this ride?
The most creative fight sequences you have ever seen on film. I swear to you. When I say that, it's like puts all blockbusters to shame. It really does.
And so when you saw you in these scenes, were you just amazed at what you did and how they enhanced what you did? And
particularly in Motorball, because I didn't do it. Like when I was in the Motorball scenes, it was either my stunt double looking amazing or me on a rig like acting and being pulled.
When Alex and I go to watch this, I'm like, she didn't do that.
She didn't do that. That's not her.
And all the people sitting around me, I'm going to ruin it for everyone.
But the most amazing action sequences ever. Yeah.
So if I'm in the mood to go see a film that's got some action, some color, some movement, but at the same time, a lot of heart, because your character is out there, Alita, correct? Are you Alita?
No, I play Koyomi.
Koyomi.
Right.
Koyomi. Yeah. These characters all come together because they have heart, and they're doing what we all try to do in life, is beat down the a-holes.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, if you want to see a movie that's about beating down the a-holes, go see Alita.
Hey. Well, look, it's such a pleasure to meet you.
That's so nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
And tomorrow you'll be on with Kelly and Ryan. Yeah,
That's exciting.
We're really good friends with Ryan.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. I've never met them.
He loves it when you insult him. So
especially about the height.
No,
start with that.
Make fun of his height. No, he's awesome. But have a great time and congratulations. So Thursday, Alita, Battle Angel, Lana Condor. They say without her, the whole movie would crumble.
That's right.
That's what they're saying. Well, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.